Hello there, zAiDiBoy here. Continuing my discussion vis-a-vis the dogling alimentation, aka Maximiliano. So my theory of dogs is like this. I didn't talk about this like my last video, if I've uploaded the 2-hour long rambling speech, which is very awesome, and you should watch and you should write down every day what you want, that kind of video. And by the way, I just picked up another book here. Enjoy the little things, right? The devil's in the detail, guys, but God is also in the details. So you need to get into writing. You go to Dollarama, the dollar store, okay? You get things, you write things down. Like, I'm preaching and teaching, as it were, but I practice, like, usikum wa nafsi, as Imam Ali said, peace be upon him. I'm talking to you and myself. So write things down, and I'm going to tell you something that me and my wife have been practicing. So you write down what you want in this life, whatever, like, and you change it as you want, every month, every day, every week. You write it down and you look at it in the morning, in the noontime, and in the evening. Okay, so I have my thing over here, right? By the way, I'm about to go around the corner. Our dog over there, Maximiliano, we bought him a bolsito that withstood his attentions. We went to Canadian Tire and we gave him a ball and he smashed it and he popped it. So we got him one that now he hasn't popped yet. Yes, just to prove to you that I'm the real deal, guys. Again, I'm in the middle of writing down. So that says Allahu Akbar, God is greatest. And then my wife said to me, because I'm scared of going back to jail because I'm on probation, and my beautiful wife allowed me to stay in her place in the meantime. So now she says, well, listen, first of all, trust in God. Then she said, well, if this writing thing is working so well, which it is, why don't you write down, I do not want to go to jail, and this kind of thing. So I simply wrote, and I'm writing it right now, that God just fulfill our needs of this world and the next world and these kinds of things, and protect us from the things we don't want. Because at the end of the day, it's like this. The Quran says that Wallahu a'lamu wa antum la ta'lamun. Something like this. God knows and you don't know. It might be that there's a thing that's good for you and you don't like it, and there's a thing that you like that's not good for you. Wallahu a'lam wa antum la ta'lamun. God knows and you don't know. So you don't know what's good for you, by the way. And it has nothing to do with whether you like something or not. Maximiliano, what's going on over there? Oh my God, he's licking the toilet bowl, sweetie. Maximiliano, he's a ball crazy dog. So we're gonna get the ball out of there. Max, I got it here. Oh God, it's stuck in there good. Yo. So the theory of dogs is like this. I mentioned on the last video that the dog is like me, right? The last dog, Cathy was like mi esposa. Her dog, Cathy. So Max, the reason Max is like me, I've said this on another video, but I want to talk about this. It's very interesting to me. The dog, basically, the dog smells 1,000 times. I finally got the number. It's 1,000. This is what it is. It's 1,000 times more than us humans. It smells. The dog only sees in black and white. My wife said just today or yesterday, she said the dog, I don't think he sees that well, because there was someone took a leak on the sidewalk or something, or there was some poop on the side, something, and she's like, bring him, careful, pull him away from there. And I said, no, because I walked that way before. And it's like, he went right around it. He didn't even, for a dog, it's like the Matrix. Like, it's like bats. Bats see with their sonic, with the radar, with sound waves. They send out sound waves and the sound waves come back. That's how they see the world. A dog perceives the world with smell. Okay? So now, I said to my wife, the dog, this, whatever it is, urine or this thing on the ground, poo, or it was just like a puddle or something. It looked like, to us like piss, and we didn't want to step in it. She's like, careful with the dog. So now, I said to her, the dog like we're seeing each other, the dog sees this thing, like this thing, the puddle, it's sending out these horrible chemicals of smell. The dog, it's like he's seeing that, right? So a dog sees in black and white with its eyes. But a dog's ears, I don't know how good they are. I believe they're much better than human. Like 1,000, I don't know, hundreds times better, who knows? 100 times better or hundreds of times better. Now, the smell is the basis of my theory of dogs, guys. Theory of dogs is like this. Dog absorbs your chemicals. Okay, so when you're happy, the dog is happy. And if you're depressed, the dog becomes depressed because like when you're happy, you're giving off endorphins and like pheromones or whatever they call it. Like yo, the dog and the ball, he's gonna go insane. Like we finally found the perfect ball for him. Like the dog with the ball, like he's crazy. Like we're gonna take him to the park and like he gets so worked up that his heart rate is like do 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 do. Like for him, this is like cocaine or something like this, right? The ball, it's like do do do. Like I've been listening to like videos about all kinds of stuff. Like there's a video I mentioned in my last audiobooks. Like I mentioned in my last video, Roberto Saviano. He's got this book called 000. Roberto Saviano is the guy who wrote about the Gomorrah in Naples in Italy, who make the mafiosi in Sicily look like what they are, which is polite businessmen, like just comme ci comme ça. You don't mess with the guy, he's not gonna mess with you. If you borrow some money and ends up being mob money, then you got to make the guy whole. Like make the guy whole. Like my clients, I tell them all the time that like my job is making you money, right? And if I set up Facebook ads for a client, I've got several clients that I feel like I owe them money, and they're like, no, don't worry about it, and they want to pay me. And it's like the reason I got them as clients is I said to them, realtors. Like I did Facebook ads for gyms, like at least one gym. That was one industry I targeted or one niche. And then restaurants we've worked with. I've done work with restaurants as a digital marketer, guys. So now Facebook is like this. I told my clients, and the way I got them on board was I'll run your Facebook ads for free, more or less, until you're making money. And when you're making money, then I get a slice of the money. That's how I work. Like if I'm there and I'm making all these beautiful brochures and I upgrade your website and then WordPress is crap and we go with Duda and Wix is crap, so we go with Weebly or whatever we do, right? The job is to get you customers, and so you're making money. Then I get what's called a sliver to deliver. 15%, 25%, whatever. Like if I can make you $1 million, you're gonna happily give me 250 grand or 100 grand or 50 grand, right? This kind of thing. So my latest client, westsidegeorge.com, yo, he sells houses to celebrities. He's got listings of 10 and 27 million dollar houses on his website. Okay, westsidegeorge.com. You can go there, message the guy, tell him you tell him there's a guy on YouTube talking about you, and he'll laugh his face off. Anyway, hopefully he won't fire me, right? Haha. No, I'm the guy who fires my clients. I'm the guy who took Sam Oven's course, consulting.com. He just sold to some other guy for skadoodles of money. He's 26. He makes like 26 million bucks a year, that kind of guy. He started in marketing the same time I did, and I'm here sucking eggs, sleeping on the street and whatnot. But anyway, you learn from people who have the fruit on the tree, like they say in Amway. And I'm rambling and going around in circles. All I'm trying to say is that I had about 50, believe it or not, realtors that I reached out to on Facebook and messaged, and 50 of them were interested in my proposition. I will run Facebook ads for you for free, and then when you're making money, I'll whatever, like this kind of approach, I'll run them for free as a test just to show you they work. And of course, out of those 50, I had 10 of them that I'd set up ads for. And out of those 10, I have 5 now who really love me. And they want to pay me money even though the ads didn't work. The ads worked and they got leads, but they didn't sell deals. Like for whatever reason. Like it's very complicated in terms of Google Analytics, if you're running Google ads, Facebook Pixel, if you want to do Facebook ads, you need to hire someone on Fiverr.com who knows what he's talking about, and you're not going to find that guy, because I couldn't find that guy on Fiverr.com. I had a guy called Brian Christopher in Orange County. Like, I'm bipolar, right? And so you've got OCD, obsessive compulsive disorder. It's also Orange County detective. Ha ha ha. So Brian Christopher, like, he sold, literally, he works with a team at Remax down there in Orange County, and he's literally sold like 4 million by when I was working with him in 2018, 2019, 2020, whatever, 2019, right? And it's like, this guy ran Facebook ads with me, and we ran Facebook ads for people, and I ran Facebook ads. And in any case, to cut a long story short, the only skin in the game that my clients had to put, like, the only money that they had to spend was on the Google ads themselves, the Facebook ads rather. So the approach in marketing has to be that you offer things for free. The full approach in business. There's too many businesses out there. There's too many marketers out there. And they all say the same thing. And what they don't say is what I'm telling you. And what you say to them is, well, listen, I am here to make you money. I will make you money, and when I make you money, you pay me a sliver to deliver. This is not my line. This is another course I took. Jobkilling.com, Dan Klein. This guy makes like $1 million or $2 million a month, at least. Because he told us, his group, he said, well, for me, Dan Klein, okay, jobkilling.com. This is search engine optimization and Google Maps and things like this, right? And he said, and the course is $7,000 Canadian, 5,000 American, okay? And I paid this money, right? This is money I paid. Like Sam Oven's course is $4,000 US. This is a lot of money. Sam Ovens returned my money, by the way. He's such an amazing guy, because I told him after a month, like, I decided not to do this. I'm not doing this. I found udemy.com, and I created my own course on there and all these kinds of things. And I got 1,000 students, but I didn't make thousands of bucks or whatever by a stretch. I wanted to talk about the theory of dogs. I got pulled into marketing. I don't know why, but I just want to finish off saying this. I have these 10 people that spent hundreds of dollars on Facebook ads, and they didn't make any money back, and I feel as a marketer that I owe them. So now, after a couple of years, I'm going back to these people, I'm giving them advice, and that's how you build trust and credibility. So now I've got people who just want to pay me money. They see me, and my friend and client right now, George Salazar, he's like, yo, Hussein, you don't have to sell me. And I'm sending him my LinkedIn bio. Like, if you want to see my credentials, you go to Google and type in zAiDi, my last name, zAiDi, one word, boy, zAiDiBoy, one word, zAiDiBoy, Bravo October Yankee, Zulu Alpha India Delta India Bravo October Yankee. That's me. You'll see my LinkedIn, you'll see my Facebook. Like, I got thousands of friends on Facebook. I don't know none of them, by the way. Like, my real friends and the people who love me, they don't interact with me online for some reason. I've just found this out to be. My sister doesn't friend me on Facebook. My family doesn't allow me into their WhatsApp group and these kinds of, I don't know why that is. Like, and I've just understood, like, my closest people, they say I don't listen. And they also say I'm impossible to get along with. Everyone, my wife, everyone. Apart from Maximiliano. So he's, sweetie, he's gonna go crazy here. It's like I'm listening to this audiobook by this neuroscientist who used to be a heroin and methamphetamine and cocaine and all these kinds of crack cocaine. She used to smoke drugs and weed, of course, and alcohol for years, since she was 13 till like in her 20s. She quit all of that, and then she became a neuroscientist. And she wanted to figure out, why do people become addicted? And the book is called Never Enough. You should look it up. I don't know the lady's name. And yeah, so I'm going to go back to, yeah, so this is like I'm rambling, going around in circles, because I'm a marketing guy, and I always try and do a two-pronged approach. Like my video, I'm talking about the dog, and the dog, I want to finish off with the theory of dogs, right? But as a marketer, I need to explain these things, because these are talking points. I teach kids about this. I teach business owners about this. I'm teaching my wife about this. She's a hairstylist, right? We're setting up the stuff here. Hopefully one day we're gonna have, like, if it's here, I mean, if it would be either here or here. This is her little salon, right? Or it could be right here, right? I mean, this is just a work in progress, like all of these things, and they're just thoughts that are coming out. Like, Nowadays, guys, the main thing to understand is you do not need money to make money. This is the big problem. What you should do is go to Alex Becker's YouTube channel, youtube.com/Alex Becker's channel. And then when you're on his channel, go to the search bar within his channel and type in Shark's Den. What is this thing called? This show. Shark's Den, right? Shark Tank. And they teach you how to make a business. And he talks about how that whole show is the worst advice to give to people. And he says the first business that you start, that's the last business that you should be investing money in, because you're going to make mistakes and this kind of thing. And moreover, nowadays with the internet, we call it bootstrapping in IT, okay, and organic, which is that you should start with zero, just your sweat equity. You put up a website, it's $10 a year to get a domain name. Okay, you go to Wix.com, you can put up a free website, and then you get like ad banner, like this site was created by Wix. That's fine, leave it on there, who gives a shit, right? When you start getting results and people visiting the website and they're filling in the form, then pay Wix $14 a month. It's a no-brainer. If you pay Wix $14 a month, like I sold a website for like myself, and this is just one thing I did. I sold a website like to a company called Duckoterra. Ducotterra. Okay, they do infrared solar heating panels or something like this. Something amazing. I could talk about it like it's amazing. Like it's like this flat screen TV, very thin, and you stick this panel up on your roof, and it heats up the whole house, the whole room, the whole house, just like sunlight. It's so amazing and very high-end premier stuff. And they were doing like $500,000 a year at that time, like dad and son. Like, they're amazing people. I was just in touch with the guy recently, in fact, and giving him some advice about things as well, right? So, guys, if you're interested in marketing, just send me a comment, and I'm happy to help you. You can Google me again, zAiDiBoY. You'll see my Twitter, you'll see my LinkedIn, you'll see my YouTube, you'll see my Facebook, okay? You do not need money to make money. You need the internet. You need a dream, okay? Which is, you understand that your job, J-O-B, jackass of the boss, J-O-B, just over broke, okay? If you have a job, make your boss happy. Like my wife says about the dog, okay? Our dog Catty, not Max. Max is a bit different. But with Catty, we never used to leash her any time, ever. One time we were crossing a road somewhere and there was a cop and he got pissed off and he's like, yo, pick the dog up. Or the dog started acting out or something. One time. My wife says something like this: the dog, it's not that you have to even speak to it. If the dog does not do what you want, it's not your dog. Let alone that you have to say Catty or stop. This is called dog. The dog, mi esposa is Colombiana, and of course they have a different approach to these things. Like that dog, and you're like one, lo mismo. Now, Max is like me because we were living in Calgary, in our dream house, in like south of Calgary, next to like the goddamn it was just trails out there, and then you just go a bit further, then there's Indian reserves, and then you're out in the bushes, the wilderness, and then there's Kananaskis. And we used to live next to Fish Creek Park. And if you go to my original zAiDiBoy channel, zAiDiBoY on YouTube, youtube.com/zAiDiBoy, you'll see like videos like me and this guy Max, like a long video of me and Max running around in this park and crazy things like this. Like beautiful life, beautiful dream life. And unfortunately, because of my bipolar issues, like I've screwed a lot of things up and hurt a lot of people and get into fights and go to jail, and I'm on probation. And unfortunately, I'm addicted to weed. I just keep telling myself that I'm a weed addict and I have to stay on my toes the whole time, right? You got to figure it out. Like they say things like everyone's got a vice. Listen, everyone has a devil inside of them. Let's just put it this way. Everyone has a dark side inside of them. I refer you to the book by Mike Bayer, Bayer, Bravo, Alpha, Yankee, Echo, Radio, Mike. He's called Coach. He's writing three best-selling New York Times best-selling books. His first bestseller was called Your Best Self, something like this. Like, you need to be your best self. And I recently from the library borrowed One Decision, the book. The second book was a follow-up to Best Self, and it's a companion. Like, The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle, and then the follow-up book was like Living the Power of Now. Like, it's a follow-up book just to clarify some of the things in the first book, right? So Gary Vaynerchuk wrote Crush It. Then the follow-up book is called Crushing It, right? Because people keep coming back with questions. Like Gary Vee says something like this, for example. Gary Vee says he's got this, I need to clarify this, it's very important. It talks about exactly what I'm saying here, which is that you need to make yourself to like people in general and your clients specifically. You should treat everyone like they're your client. And here's how you should treat your client. Like, you are there to serve him. So George is like, yo, email me, or I'll email you, or I'll call you, or something. He started getting into this mind fuzzle, and I was like, George, listen, bro, sir, because he's been in real estate for 37 years. Frankly, it says 25 on his website. I know this, right? westsidegeorge.com. Yo, he sells houses to celebrities, and he's the real deal. He's like something else, and I thank God for people like this in my life. In any case, I say to him, like, George, I'm not here to cause any additional inconvenience / work. Like, inconvenience, let alone work. If you miss a call, that's fine. Like, if I'm talking to you and working with you, I don't need the money, by the way. I can pay my bills, and I didn't tell him I'm a street dog and I can go sleep on the street or in a shelter or in a bus or on the stairs or some fucking things. I'm swearing a bit. Like, I got bags here, like literally some jackets and clothes, and then my bags, and then my computer, what I'm like talking to you on right now, like this Chromebook, what I'm using to record this video. I urge you to get a Chromebook, by the way. You spend like $150 if you get a refurbished Chromebook, and it'll rock your world. Like, I'm just telling you what, like, I've got videos on this channel about how the Chromebook is the best thing to make movies with. Chromebook is the best thing to use to be productive. Okay, you've just got Google Chrome OS, the operating system. It doesn't have Windows, it doesn't have software, it doesn't have uploads or downloads or then therefore viruses or any of this crap. Its battery life is like 8 hours. Like, this Chromebook I'm working with right now, it's got a 10-hour battery life, it says, when it's fully charged. Like, you just shut it and then you open it and it's instantly on. It's basically a digital kind of like a mobile device, mobile operating system. It thinks it's a tablet. It's actually a computer. It's a very cool device. Anyway, I'm rambling in circles. Your client, okay, to say that you honor your client, this is, and for people who have jobs, your boss is that guy. If he's paying your bills, just like my wife says, your boss shouldn't have to, you don't do what your boss, if you do what your boss says and you think that makes you a good employee, no. Goal is to make your boss happy. Your boss shouldn't have to tell you nothing. Like, you're not this guy who's trying to show that he's following the rules. You are there to honor your boss, and you honor the fact he's paying your bills. Some guy I just met on Twitter, like, he's like a director of sales somewhere and a speaker and a coach, and he follows me and I follow him, and we're talking, and he sends out this question and people are replying and retweeting and liking it. And I said, it's amazing how you guys send out just random questions and you get all these responses. And he says, what guys? Fat and bald guys? Like him. And I said, no, you're an influencer. Like, that's what you're doing. This is called being an influencer. He'll just send, like Gary Vee will send out, like, what's your favorite cartoon or something. Like, not that specifically, but things like that. Like, some guy will send out a tweet saying, what do you do if you see someone picking their nose in public? And then you've got 50 people replying and responding and retweeting. Elon Musk, here's one. Elon Musk sends out a tweet saying, type into your Tesla, or say to your Tesla, open butthole. By the way, if you got a Tesla, you can say this to, apparently, I don't know, there's a voice command system in there or something like this. I've never been inside a Tesla. I've been near Teslas, right? Thankfully, I haven't been run over by one, or like haven't had any encounters in that sense. Like, I bike and whatnot, and I've been hit twice by cars and had my shoulder dislocated, and I don't really like cars. Apart from you need them, but or like a long distance road trip. I mean, I know how to drive and I can drive really well, frankly, but like, cars are just not my thing, right? I'm a street guy, and like, people in cars, they think they're so great. And my wife and I were downtown today. We went to Eaton Center, and then we went to is he done with the ball? Finally, he gave up. Oh, he's having water. So check it out. I take the ball now.
How you did it?
Yes. I'll put the ball over here. And then yes, I hit the ball. So we're gonna see. So Max he's like, this is the thing. Like this book, the neuroscience book, Never Enough, about like drug addiction. You know this. They say it wrong, by the way. This is how people say it. They say they put a monkey in a cage, and they have a button that if the monkey presses it, it gets cocaine or a rat, and it keeps pressing it. They have done those experiments, but the real experiment is, they didn't give the monkey cocaine or the squirrel or whatever it was, poor animal, I suppose I should say, right? They simply set it up so that when it would press the button, it activates the pleasure center in your brain. The drugs don't do anything. Like, I'm addicted to weed. It's the same as cocaine. It acts on your dopamine receptors. Dopamine, when you have dopamine, when you do coke, you get flooded with dopamine. And when you do like you snort some coke and then you smoke weed, dopamine, that's what it is. And so they set up an experiment with the animal in a cage, and the animal presses a button and it gets flooded with dopamine. Then the animal will keep pressing that button until it dies. It won't eat, or it won't have sex. It's nothing. All the natural desires, it gets that's how powerful and important this thing is. Pleasure, that's the root of the spiritual path. Avoid pleasure. Okay, if there's one rule, it's avoid pleasure. What does it mean? Yes, avoid pleasure. You'll be like, what does that mean? Yeah, avoid pleasure. If you avoid pleasure, you'll have a good life. If you're looking for the easy way out, if you're looking for, people like me who smoke weed, I used to, and I'm not smoking it anymore, God willing, but when I am baked, I think, why do other people not, why would you not want to be baked the whole time? And you're lying under a bridge, sleeping under a bridge. I'm bipolar, manic, running around. If you watch some of the videos on this channel, you'll see all kinds of crazy encounters I get into, and fights and stuff that's unmentionable. And I've got videos that I can't even upload, because if I upload them, I'll get arrested. I've got videos of me, I'm sorry, I can't even talk about them, interacting with police officers and other people, and swearing and threatening people. And it's very easy because I'm on probation, and I have people out there who wouldn't mind seeing me in a lot of trouble. And if I uploaded one of these videos, I could get in real trouble. And this is what some kids do, and gangsters, and these so-called gangsters, criminals, right? It's most of the time a lot of the time a person will do something and they're so proud of it, they talk about it, and then they get in trouble that way. They'll kill someone, the Charles Manson. I got a video on this channel, and it's one of the few videos that I've got hundreds of hits for. Charles Manson is innocent. Just last week or last month, some random lady found this video, and she's like, oh my God, I love this, subscribed. And she subscribed to my channel because I talk about how Charles Manson is innocent. And if you think this is too much, well, how about JFK was killed by the mob? And if you don't like that, then you can read my blog about it, bit.ly/JFK capital letters _mob. Capital letters. I'll try and throw the link in here. Anyway, Max is looking for the ball. The dog absorbs your mood through the chemicals, right? Maximiliano. So this dog's like me, because we were living in Calgary at the time, and I was working from home doing my digital marketing, right? The Facebook ads for my clients and all this stuff. And the dog would be with me all day for the first few months of its life. This is my theory. And therefore, it absorbed all my chemicals. This dog is so much like me. I laugh my fucking face. I'll talk about it some other time. You might think this is strange and everyone says these things. The dog is just like me. I can't explain it. At the very least, the chemicals. So if you're in a good mood, there's endorphins, there's pheromones, there's testosterone. If you're getting aggressive, and the dog can smell these things. My wife says, something is fishing. That's why gangsters have dogs. That's why cops have dogs. If the dog is not happy, or there's something wrong with the dog, he's not happy, then there's something wrong. So the dog, that's my theory of dogs. The dog absorbs your chemicals, and the chemicals are your mood. What's a mood? A mood is how you're feeling. And if your mood lasts for a week, or few weeks or months, then it becomes your personality. That's it. The dog absorbs your personality, the dog becomes you. So it's 30 minutes on the dot. I'm going to try and stop it. Send me some comments. Thank you. Be nice. And say hi to your mom, all right?